Okay, so let's first start off by listening to what Jeff Lewis had to say about Shannon Beador's DUI. And then I'm going to move into what was reported, and then I'm going to share Kelly Dodd's.
Armstrong will be here. Shannon Beador will not. She has canceled Friday for obvious reasons. If you read, I think it's everywhere right now. Unfortunately, she got into a bit of trouble on Saturday night. I was with her on Friday night, so people are confusing because we were out for Stu's birthday on Friday night at Nobu, and it was Taylor Armstrong and John, and then John Jansen, Shannon, and Stu and myself. We all had a really nice evening. We then went on to the Elks Lodge afterwards, which was live band doing covers.
Fun.
Really fun. I invited Shannon on Saturday to go to Stu's birthday at Abbey and High Tops. She said she was staying in, but she ended up going out. Unfortunately, she got a DUI on Saturday night. She was also in a car accident.
Oh, gosh.
She was injured, so she's going to be recovering. And then I will say I've known Shannon. Shannon and I have been friends for a very long time. I was shocked. She called me yesterday. We talked for a while. And I was shocked because I've never known Shannon to ever drink and drive. And that's something that we both have discussed previously. I won't have one drink, and I just Uber everywhere now. So I'm shocked. I will tell you she's accepting full accountability. She is ashamed. She's embarrassed. I personally, as her friend, don't, because people are like, oh, she needs rehab. Oh, she's an alcoholic. I don't think Shannon is an alcoholic. I think, as her close friend, I think she's going through a lot of personal struggles right now. And I think that she probably has been leaning on alcohol, but I don't believe she's an alcoholic. I am happy to say that she's going to be entering counseling this week. So I'm happy about that. Nobody, aside from Shannon, nobody was hurt in the accident. I'm not justifying it. I'm not condoning it.
Here's the footage of Shannon Beador's car accident and DUI. Here's a guy at the scene that caught Shannon's accident and tried to record the damage she did and the license plate to be like a good Samaritan to the people impacted because she was leaving the scene.
Oh, boy, you got fucked up, boy.
Yo, let's call him. What the fuck is this all shit?
Is he still in the car?
He's right there. Hey, I already got his license plate. I already got it.
Here's the damage that Shannon's car did. TMZ made sure to point out that it was very close to somebody's front door, and so they thought it could be a lot worse. It says it also looks like Beador barely missed the front door of the house, which likely would have caused even more damage and potentially injured someone inside the home. TMZ broke the story. Sources say Beador eventually parked in the middle of the street, getting out with her dog. We're told when the cops arrived, she tried to act like she was just walking her dog. A rep for Newport Beach PD says Shannon was arrested and booked for hit and run and DUI alcohol, both misdemeanors, and was cited and released without bond. The Bravo series isn't currently in production, so she wasn't filming before the arrest. Her lawyer, Michael Fell, says Beador is extremely apologetic and remorseful. We will be awaiting the official information on this case as it becomes available. And Shannon goes on to say Shannon's remorseful, just like Jeff said in his audio at the beginning of this video. Now, I have to say that I'm about to disagree with every single person on this matter because I'm not friends with Shannon Beador, so I'm just going to look at this from an outsider's perspective. What I want to say is that Shannon Beador has shown on the show that she's got some drinking issues. It's been brought up by cast members. Taylor Armstrong recently was acting the fool in front of a restaurant, hammered off her ass, and also touting that she's proud that she's drinking at the deck every day on her Instagram feed, and she's been hanging out with Shannon. Shannon was with John Jansen on Friday night, so if he's aggravating her so much emotionally, why is she with him on Friday? Why did she escape the scene? I don't understand that. This is where she loses me totally. So you're drunk, you get in the car, you drive badly, given your mind is not functioning properly. But Shannon tried to hit someone's property and leave the scene and not take accountability for the fact that A, she was obviously drunk at that point and knew it, B, that she damaged someone's stuff that couldn't probably afford to fix it, and C, that she put people on that sidewalk in danger. She tried to go home and keep driving and could have endangered somebody else, and then tried to pretend she was walking her dog and not take it, even admit to it to the police when they got there. This is serious, and this isn't a mistake. This is a woman who apparently has an issue that really needs to address it. And anybody who's been impacted by a drinking and driving accident is going to be offended hugely by the fact that people are like, oh, it's a mistake, everybody does it. No, it's not. Because one day you do, and you end up dead, or you end up killing somebody. And the fact that she was able to drive away from the scene and not have, and try to hide it even after, is saying something that's defunct in Shannon Beador. It's not okay. It's not a mistake. It's not. Now, what I think she can do to make it up, she could get sober. She could help some of the charities that have children that have been lost in DUI accidents. She could speak on the topic of why you don't drink and drive to make sure people understand the severity of it and use her platform for that. And so I'm hoping that somebody tells her to do these things. But she has a problem. You don't do that and not have a problem. You got to understand. And I'm sorry, you're right, everybody that we're about to listen to. Everybody in LA may very well have a problem. And maybe everybody in OC may have a problem. But that doesn't make it okay because everybody's got a problem. So the truth of the matter is that one person is killed every 45 minutes, I think it is, from a drunk driver. And this is a guy who said, oh, I can handle it. Oh, you know, Shannon got off easy on this one. I hope that she's learned a very valuable lesson. Now, let's listen to Kelly's much more understanding approach, which I can appreciate because she's her friend. And I would probably be a lot more toned in discussing it. I might not even discuss it, actually, if it was a friend of mine on my show. But Kelly tried to be supportive to Shannon as her friend. Let me play you what she says.
So it was interesting because my friend Elaine and I have the text. Elaine and Julie were at a restaurant with her that night. Saturday night, where she got when the incident happened. And they texted me this yesterday, and they're like, yeah, she was asking, she said she was going to make amends with you and that you guys were going to be friends again, and she was really excited about it. And then my friend Julie went to USC as well, and she's single, and she was like, yeah, I really need friends right now. And she got her number and she texted her, and she was like, yeah, maybe we could all have lunch together. And it was like a really nice thing. So I feel really bad. People are asking, oh yeah, all of a sudden now she wants to be friends with you. She reached out to me on Thursday.
Right, it wasn't Sunday after she was arrested for drunk driving, late Saturday, early Sunday. It was Thursday.
Correct.
After she had dinner with Jeff Lewis Wednesday night.
Yes.
And Kelly, to her credit, has been gracious ever since. You're not bashing her now. You could pile on if you wanted to. She said some very unkind things about you, but
I'm not going to do that.
You're taking a high road.
Well, I just think that everybody has had drinks and they've driven.
Mm.
Everybody has.
What's crazy is you actually predicted this would happen.
I did. It's in here somewhere in one of the smashes. I did predict.
People have been writing us about that.
And I told you guys, I have a sixth sense. I told Rick when he was, I go, you drive crazy. You're going to get an accident. You're going to get in a very bad one.
Did you hear that? Now, this is a typical problem of 50-plus women. They don't realize that they're not 20 or 30 anymore, and they can't throw them back like they used to. And they get really messy. They get messy after only 1 or 2 drinks, which never used to happen, but it does now. Well, just the fact that Kelly predicted this tells me that other people have noticed that Shannon might need some support.
It's very, very strange. I don't condone anything that she did like that, but I have empathy for her, and I want to give her grace at this time. I mean, you could just imagine how she must feel. It must be horrible for her.
It's the worst thing to happen, you know, and I respect very much that you're not kicking her when she's down, and I don't mean to do that either. I've always liked Shannon, and I wish her the best, and I hope she gets through this okay. This is the worst, and you know, she's got 3 daughters going to college. You know, this is the bad timing and just an awful situation.
So Shannon isn't the only person on the planet, as Kelly says, that's gotten a DUI. And obviously you have to forgive people for doing dumb things in their existence. It happens. But let's not make light of it. Let's own how crap it is. Let's also, you know, do something about it in the future. And the takeaway, as Kelly later says in her show, is don't drink and drive. All right, you guys, that's it for this one. Comment below, subscribe, and take care of yourself, and don't drink and drive. How many more reality stars are we going to see go through this? Remember PK? I do.